You know, we could all use some encouragement. And I've got some good news for you. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Mark. Well, greetings, friends. Welcome back to 5 Minutes with Mark. I'm glad you're here. We're going to pick up the story. We're in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 14, and we are at verse 60. And the high priest stood up in the midst and asked Jesus, saying, "Do you answer nothing? What is it these men testify against you?" But he kept silent and answered nothing. Again the high priest asked him, saying to him, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed?" Jesus said, "I am. And you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes and said, "What further need do we have of witnesses? You have heard the blasphemy. What do you think?" And they all condemned him to be deserving of death. Then some began to spit on him, and to blindfold him, and to beat him, and to say to him, "Prophesy." And the officers struck him with the palms of their hands. Wow. So, there is no evidence, there's no testimony that anybody can come and bring in order to instigate this death wish that they have against Jesus. And the high priest says, "Look, these guys are saying all kind of terrible things about you. Aren't you going to answer them? Aren't you going to put up a defense?" You notice he never defended himself. He just stood silently. Let them say what they're going to say. Let the record show that the defendant said nothing. He didn't say, "Oh, no, I didn't." He didn't say, "Oh, yes, I did." He said nothing. Then the high priest asked him the question directly. Finally, he says, Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed, the Son of the Most High? Is that who you are?" And Jesus says, "I am." Loaded words, right? I am. It's the burning bush. When Moses says, "Who are you?" He says, "I am." He says, "When I go before Pharaoh, who am I supposed to tell him sent me?" Tell him the I am sent you. I am. We're supposed to be, triggered by those words. We're supposed to understand that Jesus is making a claim, a very bold claim. The high priest says, "Are you the Christ? Are you the one, the Son of the Most High God, the blessed I am?" So he did not deny who he was. When asked directly by the chief priest under the pretense of some legal proceeding, Jesus told the truth. I am. And then he says, "And you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven." Now that is a direct reference to Daniel, to Daniel's vision of the coming one, the one who's going to come and have a kingdom that never ends, the eternal kingdom. "I saw one like the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of God, coming in the power and the glory of the clouds." It's a direct reference back to Daniel. Everybody in the room got that reference. When he says, "I am," they got it. When he says, "You'll see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming with the clouds of heaven," they got it. They understood. He is invoking Moses and Daniel. He's claiming to be God. Well, the high priest tears his clothes. That's all I needed. That's the blasphemy. That's deserving of death. By Jewish law, blasphemy is deserving of death. Blasphemy is speaking evil of God. And to say as a human being, "I am God," to make yourself equal with God, that is a blasphemous statement. The high priest was right if he wasn't wrong. Think about that. If he wasn't wrong, he was right. If this was just a guy who had stumbled in out of the Galilean wilderness, who was causing all kind of problems, who seemed to have some kind of supernatural power to heal people, but we all know that can be faked. He's coming in, he's saying things, the people like it, but he's challenging the authority on the ground. He's turning everything upside down, including the money changers' tables. If this guy isn't the Son of God, he's a blasphemer and he deserves death. He's dangerous. He's deluded. We got to get rid of this guy before he creates big problems for us. And I think it's really important for us to think about the dilemma that the high priest has. This guy is a real problem. Unless, of course, he is I am. He is the one who will be seen coming on the clouds of power and glory. And the whole world will see the one that they pierced, and they will mourn, it says. The high priest has a 50-50 chance. He either is or he isn't. He goes with he isn't and proceeds down that path. The problem was, of course, he is. It's very easy for us to judge these Jewish leaders. It's very easy for us to see them as the black hats of the story. They're the bad guys. I think we have to be a little bit compassionate, a little bit understanding. They really were between a rock and a hard place. Because if Jesus decided to take the throne and kick the Romans out, everything was going to get real ugly real fast. And that is what they're really afraid of. Not only that they might lose their power and prestige and position, but that the whole nation of Israel would just be crushed by Rome, which, by the way, is going to happen in about 40 years after this. They all said he deserved death. Now, what they should have done is taken him out and stoned him. Blasphemy, that's what you did. That's not what they want. They want this to be a public execution handled by Rome. Now, why is that? Well, because at the end of the day, they want to walk away with clean hands. We want him dead, but we want to walk away with clean hands. We didn't kill him. We found him to be deserving of death, and we handed him over to the official authorities, and we asked them to take care of it. That's what they want. They're going to get what they want, but they won't have clean hands. Ever. It gets worse. See you next time.
Hey friends, I'm so glad that you're enjoying this Bible study. And I hope that you'll like it and that you'll share it with others, either by word of mouth or forward the link that's here. Make sure we get the good news of Jesus out to as many people as we can. And hopefully this is a way that's engaging, entertaining, and encouraging along the way. It really is good news. And if you want to know more about me, check out my website, theeclecticmonk.com. See you soon.